Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are live once again. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller, and I'm excited about this morning's talk. Listen, guys, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, you've got to do it. So many exciting things are happening here on Effective Living, and our goal is to help you to create a life you don't need a vacation from. Yep, every day I'm telling people, don't forget the lifestyle you promised to yourself. There is so much more on the other side of discipline. There is so much more when you commit to your life's vision and then you tell yourself, listen, I'm not here by accident. My mere existence is an indication that God still has a plan for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show up every day and I'm going to figure out how to get better. Well, today it's all about networking. It's all about coming together for a collective idea in relations to working on the power of synergy and connecting with others to ensure that greater results come out of what you're trying to do or what someone else is trying to do. Because guess what? Nothing great or significant has ever been done by any one person. Okay. Oh man, listen, I love the power of community. I love the power of networking. This morning I'm joined with Andrea Smith. What's going on, lady?
Everything is great, Coach Ricardo.
Listen, you are in the Bahamas right now, and it is always beautiful in the Bahamas. I can't believe it's been over a year that I haven't been home. But how is it in the Bahamas?
It is great. Today is making out to be a very beautiful day. It may be a beach day for me after this interview. The sun is shining. There's no rain, no storm clouds. So it's a beautiful beach day in the Bahamas today.
Nice, nice. Now, I know you guys are probably, y'all are gearing up for election time. I follow everything on the Bahamas online, and boy, it feels like election is in the air. Is it any, you feel it, or am I just feeling it from a distance and it's not really so close as much as I'm talking about?
Well, I think the election is gearing up, but I'm not a person who's really into politics. I try to just go in that private booth and cast my vote in secrecy. And I always tell my husband, I said, if it was for me to broadcast which political party I'm affiliated with, I would be in an open room and not a small box.
Right,
So
exactly,
I tend to shy away from politics.
I totally understand. Well, listen, tell our viewing audience a little bit about yourself. Let's dive into our talk this morning because I want to make sure we get as much out of this because I believe in what you're doing, what's being launched this week, and just talk about you first and foremost. Tell our viewing audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I kind of shy away from discussing myself, but just to let your audience know a little bit about myself, I am a fellow pacer, first of all. So I'm Aaron Bailey Strong,
Come
just
on.
like you.
Yeah.
I am a graduate of the College of the Bahamas, which is now the University of the Bahamas, with a bachelor's degree in computer information systems. I am a mother of two, and I'm married, and I am what you would call a lifelong learner. I love education. I love to upskill, and any chance that I have to find a new training, I'm there. So I'm a project manager by trade. I am a certified project management professional. I am a scrum master as well. And I am now launching my professional career into the agile field. So I am a certified agile leader. And basically that's me in a nutshell.
Good stuff, man. I love it that you said you're a lifelong learner. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a pacer. Listen, pacers for life. If you're a pacer and you're
Pacers.
watching this, leave a comment in the comment section. Tag someone who is a pacer. Anybody from Aaron Bailey or Highbury High, y'all need to share this and make sure the community knows that something incredible is happening. But Andrea, you're about to launch something, or you're engaged in something that you and I spoke about. Let's talk about it in part.
Okay, well, I am actually in the process of forming a project management community in the Bahamas. When I became a PMP, I realized that I did not know who my peers were, and I wanted to know them. I wanted to know who in the Bahamas have the certifications that I have, or who were pursuing the certifications that I have. And I know what the power of networking is all about and how it can improve not only your big professional career, but your personal life as well. And so that's where the concept of forming this project management community was really birthed out of a need. I realized that there was a gap, and I felt that I should be the person to fill that void, so say. So that's when the initiative started about 4 weeks ago to this exact date. It started 4 weeks ago, where I reached out and I started to contact persons via LinkedIn. And I was just searching and searching and searching to find out who has these certifications. And then it dawned on me that I should not just focus on persons with project management certifications, that this project management community can benefit for persons who are actually trying to get a start in the project management field. And so I kind of cast the net a little wider.
Yep.
And when I reached out to you, when I messaged you the other day and I said, would you like to be a part of this community? And you messaged me back and said, I'm not sure. And I text messaged you, I said, well, can you call me so that I can explain it to you?
Yep.
And I would like for you to tell me and the audience, what did I actually say to you to convince you that this was such a valued initiative that you would like to be a part of?
Well, thank you. I'm a strong believer that together we're better, and that sitting at the table with the right people will allow you to do so much greater, pretty much in anything. And so I'm a strong believer that you shouldn't try to do this alone. I think life at its best is built within community, and so that's what I was about. I'm like, listen, I love this. I think they're in the Bahamas. I think you're onto something. But I think, as you know, this is a global movement. This is bigger than any one country. But then every country should have community groupings that will connect themselves together to ensure that they can strengthen each other, and common understanding that each person knows that they bring to the table can help bring about a better service to humanity.
Exactly. And that's what really it's all about. And what happened to me in my experience, for the past 8 months, I've been an active member of the South Florida project management community and actually a member of the South Florida Agile Association. And I can tell you, Coach Ricardo, what I have learned from being a part of this community of practice for just a short time of 8 months is incredible. I'm actually working with a real life Scrum team developing an app, a web app, and I'm also working on a mobile app. And these are fields that I never would have thought that I could even get experience in. And it's free training.
Yep.
And so I said to myself, if South Florida is offering so much to me, how can I help my fellow people, my Bahamian citizens, and come back and say, you know what, I want to help, and I want to not even recreate the mold. I want to take what South Florida is doing because it's working.
Yep.
And shout out to Rick Regera and Transformation Experts. And it's incredible. And I want to represent the Bahamas.
Yep.
In the same format that South Florida has been so gracious to me and let me enter into their family and their community of practice.
I love that. I so love that. Let's dive into this a little bit more. For those who may not totally understand, project manager, what is some of the responsibility consist of in a person who's in that particular field? What are some of the things that would fall under your responsibility?
Well, like I told you, Coach Ricardo, in a brief telephone conversation when I tried to convince you about why you should join, I think that I said to you the definition of a project. The Project Management Institute defines a project as a temporary endeavor that brings about a unique service, product, or result. And I said to you, Coach Ricardo, you work on projects all the time. You just don't realize that they are actually projects. Yep. Anything that is a temporary endeavor that has a definite start and end date is a project. Anything that you cannot really see an end date is operations. So that's different from a project. And I said to you, you wrote a book. Yep. Writing a book is a project. Yep. You have your YouTube channel. Every interview is a project. You have to plan it. You have to look at logistics, so it's different aspects that's involved in project management, and everybody is a project manager, whether they want to accept it or not. Everything you do in life is a project.
Let's go there. Let's go a little bit deeper with that then. With you saying that, and that was so well stated, there are people who are rejecting the understanding that someone needs to be at the table who has an appreciation for project management viewpoint, because there are people who are trying to operate without a project manager viewpoint. What is oftentimes the damaging results?
Well, the damaging results of not having a project management mindset when you take on a project is that you run the risk of not fully analyzing what's involved in that project. You don't look at the whole scope In project management, we analyze the scope of it. We know what are the risks, what are the benefits. We carry out an intensive SWOT analysis, what you call a SWOT analysis. So you look at the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. Even when you analyze the risk, you have something that's called a RAM, a risk assessment tool, where you actually lay out what can possibly go wrong. Even in construction managers, what can delay your project? The weather. Does that ever dawn on them to say, well, okay, I should calculate extra time in this project because I don't know, the Bahamas has sometimes unpredictable weather. Sometimes we can say, especially during hurricane season, we don't know when a hurricane can happen. So if you're working on a construction project and you have a timeline of 2 years and you have a devastating hurricane like Dorian, like we had, no one could have predicted that. But in project management, you have something they call a contingency plan. And so you have buffers and you plan accordingly. So that's the benefit. And that happens throughout life. With me, I'm a homeschooler. I homeschool my 9-year-old daughter. And I treat that as a project. So every day I get up and I said, okay, what's our project plan for the day? What's the curriculum? What has to get done? And I said, okay, I'm going to devote 3 to 4 hours to this. And if I finish before 3 or 4 hours, I'm a successful project manager at homeschooling.
It comes across that you're very natural in this. This is a love. This is a passion. This is something you've, connected yourself to and says, this is what I do. I don't dread what I do. I love what I do. Where did that come from?
I think for me, it's from the family that I've established in the project management community and the outpouring of love and support that they've shown me. I have mentors and I have senior coaches and persons who have been working in the project management field for 30 plus years. And whenever I stumble on a problem, I seek counsel. And I know that's something that you're a very strong proponent of, having a mentor and having effective coaching. And so that's what I strive off. I would message them and say, listen, I'm having this problem. This is how I'm feeling. And they'd say, okay, set up a Zoom channel. Let's talk about it. And it's the support that I have that I think emboldens me to know that, even though it may be a challenge, I've been told that I'm the best person to execute this project. And so I'm believing that. I believe that I have the right mindset to follow through. I'm not someone who would start something and then stop because I hit a road bump. No, I'm someone who would investigate how to solve a problem and actually get the job done.
I appreciate you sharing that with us. Let's dive into this. Someone's planning a project oftentimes without the proper understanding of what a professional will walk in and have as questions that ought to be asked right away. Pick any type of project and give us a scenario on 3 to 5 questions that you think, the average person needs to start asking themselves before jumping in on pretty much anything. Let's just say a project.
Okay, well, the first question, the project itself, I'd pick. Let's go back to writing a book. Right? If you're writing a book, that's your project. You know when you want to start. You may not necessarily know when it ends, but when it ends is when you actually say to your editor or your publisher, here's my manuscript, I'll finish the book. So the questions that I would immediately ask someone who is contemplating this project, what's your stakeholders? Who are your stakeholders? What audience are you targeting? How would you like this book to be published? Whether you want it in print, you want it in audio, you want it, on Amazon, how, those type of questions. How would you like your marketing campaign to reflect you and your book?
I think she is frozen.
Sorry, looks like we had a little connection issue there.
That's fine.
My last question would be, what is your goal? What is your end game? What are you trying to accomplish?
I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say that I think that, you don't have to have a project manager to counsel you, but you should have a project manager mindset and ask the right questions to accomplish your project on time and on budget, because that's always the goal of project managers: on time and on budget and within scope.
Yep. Wow, I love that. Let's talk about the network that you're launching, the community that you think needs to be embraced there in the Bahamas, that you're affiliating yourself with there in Florida.
Well, it's not really, the Florida connection is more for coaching and mentorship and to guide me in setting up the community in the Bahamas.
Yep.
But the South Florida connection is what I'm building the Bahamas
model
community
off
off of.
I understand. Mhm. Got you. I think we're freezing a little bit. And so today, ladies and gentlemen, we're having some difficulties with the internet. I don't know if it's on my side or Andrea's side, but today we're talking about networking. There's power in networking, and all of us must learn to accept, appreciate that we can do so much more together. And so I want Andrea to tell us a little bit about what she is about to launch in the Bahamas and how others can be a part of it.
Well, what I'm working on, Coach Ricardo, is forming a project management community, a project managers community, where not only project managers who have certifications in project management can join this community, but persons who are actually interested in the field of project management or who wants to have a project management mindset. They want to have the knowledge and skills of how to run a project successfully. And so we're going to be providing them the platform through meetups and webinars, and we're going to be showing them different tools and techniques, industry best practices, and current trends in project management. Because as you know, with everything, project management evolves.
Yep.
And so a project manager who may have been certified 30 years ago is not really up to date on what's happening in project management today. So we're going to bring you from 30 years ago to the present and let you know there's better ways that you can actually execute a project. And this is what has been going on for the past 30 years. So we're trying to bring old school to new school.
Yeah. How important is it for large entities, especially in the Bahamas? Persons watching us may have, a staff of 25, 50, 100, but don't have a project manager. How important is it for them to consider having a project manager to help operations or to establish ways on engaging in various projects, and then what would be the role of them, be it that of a manager and owner, to ensure that, let someone on my staff, one of my senior leaders, connect with Andrea and this community to see what we can learn, and maybe have to now attract someone of that caliber to come on our staff and be a part of what we got going on.
Well, I would first of all say that training is important. You should always, as a business owner, you should always look for opportunities for your employees to always upskill and to gain whatever additional training they need in order to execute their job function. And so you don't necessarily have to hire a project manager on your staff, but if you find that your staff are valuable and they're trainable and they have an open mindset, then I would say invest in having your staff trained in having project management skills. And it's vital because everything, like I said, is a project. Everything is a project. And if you want to be successful, then it all goes back to mindset, like I said, having that open mindset and always trying to encourage your staff and yourself to be a continuous learner, because that's where your business will grow.
How important is it to not be a lone shark or just a do it all myself kind of person, and be open for community or even open for networking? How important is it?
Well, no one is an island. That's a common saying. We all need someone to guide us, to mentor us, to coach us along the way. And when you have a community of like-minded individuals, you actually feed off of their knowledge. You learn from sitting at that table and having that conversation. And it's refreshing and rewarding to know that, hey, I'm sitting with persons who are at a level that I aspire to be at. So I implore my coaches for helping me along the way. I see the value of being coached and mentored, and it's amazing. So I encourage anyone to go out and try to find those opportunities to enhance yourself, continue to grow, you're always growing. So just nurture that growth.
Let me ask you this. That person who was afraid to reach out, you reached out to me. But for some people who may have thought she just reached out to him on Instagram, no, you know me prior to Instagram. Just so you know, Andrea's been in a number of my trainings and goes to the at Evangelistic Temple at Incredible Church there in New Providence. And so there are some people though, Andrea, who don't feel comfortable of reaching out because I don't know her. I don't know her like that. But now you're saying, hey, I want to reach out and I want to connect and I want us to build community, to have a common understanding, to better ourselves together. Reach out and talk to that person who may need to reach out because what you're talking about is exactly for them, but they feel as though I don't know her. What is having to know you have to do with it anyhow? But let's dive into that.
Well, Coach Ricardo, Bahamians are skeptical. That's our culture. That's our nature. We are very skeptical. And we always think something is a scheme. It's like, what's behind it? What she's after. She's not interested in helping me. And we convince ourselves that there's not genuine people in the world.
Yeah.
And we convince ourselves that nothing can be given to me for free. There's no such thing as free lunch. So, she's not offering this for free. There's some catch along the way. I'm going to sign up and then she's going to say, oh, it's going to cost you $200 to be a part of this community. No, it's not that. So I'm reassuring the Bahamian public, there is such a thing as free. South Florida offers training for free. They offer them meetups twice a week for free on Wednesdays and Saturday, totally free. I've been a member of them for 8 months and I haven't paid anything. They've helped me along the way and I can see the value of it. And so I encourage you to reach out to me. I'm reaching out to you. I'm trying to find you, but I'm using this platform and I'm going to be using other platforms to try to reach you and say, listen, let's join together. Let's form a network. Let's help each other. I don't know it all. I'm not a perfect person. I don't know it all. I'm still learning every day. And if I can help someone along the way, then I feel as though, hey, I've accomplished something and I can check that box and say, you can go back to sleep now. You've done something good.
Yes. Well said, man. Listen, how can people contact you? How can they get in contact with you to learn more and to be a part?
Well, right now I can be contacted through my website, which is creativemindprojects.com. That's minds with an S and projects with an S.com. I can also be contacted on LinkedIn. Just search for Andrea Pratt-Smith, I think it is. On Facebook, and my cell phone number, I'm so open, I'm giving up my cell phone number. It's 242-426-36.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Andrea Pratt-Smith joining us this morning, and we're talking about networking. We're talking about project management mindset, and that success is promised to all of us. All we have to do is understand that we ought not be afraid to embrace what we don't know, and sometimes a community that can help us to get better at what we're doing. Andrea, you were cut off right when you were giving your number, and so you want to go ahead and give that information again?
Yes, my cell number is 242-426-3694.
Excellent. In closing, what would be a closing thought to our viewers? We have people that will be watching this long after this recording. Share with them your closing thought and your vision and your overall goal there in the Bahamas.
My closing thoughts. I have so many thoughts. I wish we could talk for another hour. Yeah, I was told that I have the gift of gab, so I'm exercising that today.
Excellent.
My closing thoughts is that I would like to encourage anyone who feels as though 2020 has been a bum year for them and they want to press that reset button. I want to let you know that I'm one of the persons that were fortunate enough to say that I don't want to reset 2020. I take advantage of every day that God blesses me with, and I make the most of whatever I'm presented with. I'm just thankful for life. And so, I encourage you, and I want to share with you that in 2020, when everything looked like it was just going haywire, I was just obtaining certifications left, right, and center. I was actually able to accomplish 3 certifications in 2020, and I did one already for this year. And I'm just continuing to grow. And I want to have like-minded persons join me in this project management community so that I can share with you, tips and tricks. I love the tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. and how to be not only a better project manager, but how to be a better human being, how to have leadership skills, a characteristic that other persons would want to meet you and reach out to you and say, hey, I need to know her. I want her to be my friend. And so let's join together. Let's make something great. Let's bring South Florida to the Bahamas as we learn from South Florida.
Excellent, excellent, Andrea. Ladies and gentlemen, well, there you have it right there. Go back and listen to what she mentioned and grab the contact information. Reach out to her and let her know, hey, I'm in the Bahamas, or you may be from the Bahamas, but you're living somewhere around the world like me. I'm in Dallas, Texas, but I'm from the Bahamas. And so you may want to connect with her and be a part of the community. And you just never know when we all come together like this, what can be accomplished. Alone, we can do so little, but together we can do so much. And for those of you guys who haven't registered already for my upcoming Effective Living virtual retreat, it's happening April 9th, 10th, and 11th, guys. It's fast approaching on our 5K. Listen, guys, you want to register for this 5K. It's going to be happening in Arlington, Texas. Yes, dear, I'm a strong believer. Take care of your body. It's the vehicle that God gives you to fulfill your assignment. So the retreat is coming, and here's the deal. When you register for the retreat, you get 4 workshop sessions. You get a number of different types of equipping opportunities, fellowshipping and relationship building opportunities, and you get the 5K. So go to my website and register today. Remind yourself, your goal is to become the best version of yourself. I love bringing people on this platform that are engaging in life to the fullest, and they're interested in finding ways to become better, and they're discovering their lane. They're discovering what makes them breathe, what makes them get up in the morning and say, I'm excited to be alive. And so, Andrea, you're awesome. What you're doing is incredible. We'll love to have you come back. As things start to continue to form there in the Bahamas, know that you have a support system here in that of Effective Living and our community. So keep moving forward, keep progressing, keep representing the Pacer community. Come on, Pacer proud. And our Effective Living community here celebrates what you're doing. And I need more information as we as I engage in what you're about to do, because I love it, I support it, and I'm going to be a part. So have a great day, everyone. Don't forget, guys, register for the retreat, register for the 5K. Everybody, remind yourself, I'm responsible to make decisions that's going to work in favor of me as I move forward. God bless you guys. Have a great day.